Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, a free site, bettingangle.us, a free site. It's December 9th, 2025. You know, the great Scott Van Pelt, and he is a great in the Dwyer household, has a great segment on ESPN where he talks about bad bets. These are the bets that, you came so close to winning. You didn't even see how you could lose the bet. And then, of course, the unimaginable happens. Well, we all remember where we were when something happened that cost us a surefire bet, right? Might not have been surefire at the beginning of the game. Let's just say when disaster struck, when the iceberg hit the Titanic, you were firmly convinced that you were in the winner's circle. So, decades later, I still remember watching the end of Lennox Lewis against Evander Holyfield, the first fight. I had money on Lewis, right? I was cheering. The guy I bet called me after the fight. We were on the phone. It was clear to us that Lewis had won the fight. They called that fight a draw, right? I remember it years later. I remember the food out of my mouth, the money out of my wallet. Now, you would think I would learn. Let's fast forward to 2025. Up until now, the bad bet of the year for me was I had money on the Rams in the NFL. They were playing Philly, the defending champions. The Rams are inside of the number. So you're thinking, oh, I've won this bet. They're going for a very late field goal to win the game. Right? To win the game. You are already in the winner's circle because you're inside of the line. The field goal got blocked. And then, for reasons only known to the player and his family, the Eagle guy who picked up the ball, rather than just hit the turf, take the win, he runs, down the field and scores the touchdown. So goodbye cover, goodbye bet. Now, until now, that was the bad bet of the year for me. Well, folks, that's been topped. Understand, Pitbull Cruz was going off as an underdog. Got him at plus 180. Right, he was facing Lamont Roach. I told premium subscribers here that, really the only way Roach could win was by decision. So I had Roach by decision. So, of course, I'm checking in on the fight, and the rounds are piling up. It's a competitive fight. I didn't watch the fight the whole way through, just checking in. And you know the rest. You get to the end of the fight. Now, just understand, if they announce Pitbull Cruz as the winner, I've cashed on a plus 180. Even with the hedge, I'm making decent money. If they announce Roach as the winner by decision, right? Fight's already over. The hedge holds. I make a little profit, right? How could I possibly lose this fight? They, of course, announced the fight to be a draw. In other words, years later, years after Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, I'm still losing fights by a draw. Right? A premium subscriber in the comments section of my prediction video said, hey, don't forget the draw. And I read that comment and I was laughing. Right? I thought, come on. Lamont Roach, who, by the way, I had action on to beat Gervonta Davis at great odds and lost that fight by a draw. That was a bad beat too, just not as bad as these other two. Right, I thought Lamont Roach has been through a contentious draw. What are the odds that he would be through two such draws in the same year? Folks, don't say ever that lightning can't strike twice. It does happen here. So, in a fight where I had Lamont Roach by decision and I had Pitbull simply to win, there was a third option that I did not have, and it cost me on the fight. This is a bad beat. That's how it goes. This is the life we chose. This is gambling. Just be aware of the risk involved. You can't cover every possibility. Thanks for indulging me on this video. Let me know your thoughts. If you have a bad beat that happened in the last 12 months, I hope you share it with the public in the comment section of this YouTube video. Thanks for stopping by.